Hi, my name is Dennis Brown. Thank you for joining me. Let me ask you a question. Are you struggling to find shippers in your niche? Well, in today's training, I'm going to share with you how freight brokers can find shippers in almost any niche. And I'm going to share with you 7 different resources, free resources that you can use as a freight broker or freight agent to find shippers in your niche. All right, so let's dive in. The first on the list, right, of the 7 is Google. Now, I know this isn't sexy and I know this isn't cool, and I know a lot of people know about Google, but what you might not know about Google is that if you search, for example, by steel companies in Buffalo, New York, all of a sudden you're going to get a list of different steel companies that are local. As a matter of fact, you'll get a map and you can click on it and you can see details, including the address, the phone number, all kinds of different information, including accessing their website and going directly to their website to do some research. So Google is one of those resources. It's like the gift that keeps on giving, right? It's free, it's easy, it's fast. So it's number 1 on the list, Google, and you can just do a search by whatever your niche is in industry and geography, and you'll be able to come up with a whole list of shippers really, really quick. Number 2 on the list is called Thomasnet.com. Now, Thomasnet is a site that allows you to search through over 500,000 industrial suppliers, okay? So for example, if you were in the plastics niche, you can search for the keyword plastic and you're gonna be able to find 704 suppliers of plastic, not only based upon in your local geography, but anywhere in the country. You could do it based on different geography. You could do it based on mileage from that geography. And then again, if you click into those listings, you'll be able to click on their website, do more research and be able to find all the information associated with that company before you do the outreach. So Thomasnet is another great resource for finding leads in your niche, okay? All right, number 3 on the list is LinkedIn. And LinkedIn is the world's largest professional networking site. The cool part about it is it's absolutely free. So if you sign up for a free account, you can set up a profile. Here's an example of my profile. So it kind of looks like a personal business website, a personal branding website. A lot of people think it kind of looks like a resume, but ultimately it tells a bit of a story about you professionally. But more important, if I were to do a search in here for, and you can see I've done this already earlier today, steel and the term and the title shipping manager, what you're going to find is if I search by people, I'm going to get a whole list of over 521 different results for shipping managers in the steel industry. And then all I'd have to do is just click on that link, do a little bit of research about who the company is, get their contact information, as you can see here with their website, gather a little bit of sales intelligence. I can even connect and message them and many times through LinkedIn. All right, the next one is National Retail Federation. Now, this is a list of the top 100 retailers in 2020. And the reason why I bring this list up is because when I first started my brokerage, I used to go to the grocery store, right? I would go to different grocery stores, whether it be Wegmans or Tops or whatever, Walmart or whatever large grocery store you had. And I would walk down the aisles and I could see all of the different products, no matter what products they were, they all went on a truck at some point. So I would jot down the information and then I'd make a list and then I'd go back to my office, do some research, and then I would reach out to those companies. But today it's even easier, right? You can just go to the supermarket, go to Walmart, go to your Costco, go to Walgreens, go to Target, go to Lowe's. You can see all these different retailers. They all have products on their shelves. So if you walk into those locations, you're going to be able to see all the products that they have on the shelves. Matter of fact, you can even see it in their e-commerce stores and you'll know who the manufacturers are. You're going to know their address. You can do some research on their website and their phone number. And at that point, you have an entire list. Now, of course, that's got to be your niche, but ultimately, this is a great resource for finding your shippers, and those are going to the direct retailers. Matter of fact, I was just at Lowe's the other day and the delivery truck just showed up because I bought a bunch of wood because I'm putting together a gardening product for my wife. The next one after that is trade shows, right? Trade shows is where groups of people get together specific to a trade organization or a niche. So for example, you can see here a list on Events America of top manufacturing trade shows for 2022. And you can see here, this is Specialized Carrier and Rigging Association. This is Promotional Products Association. This is Marine Fabricators Association. You know, all these different trade shows. And these are actually in-person physical trade shows in most cases where you can actually go. You got the Iowa Lumber Convention Expo. You got Magnetics 2022. You've got Metal Fab 2022. You can go to these trade shows and they're going to have hundreds, if not thousands of different companies that are going to be displaying their products and all they have to offer, whether those be new products or new innovations, and they're going to be displaying them in a trade show format. And their objective is to generate leads for their business. But you as a freight broker, freight agent, you can go there and you can start developing, you can start sourcing and developing relationships with people specific to your niche by going to trade shows. And here's an entire list. All you'd have to do is search for top manufacturing trade shows, and this link is going to come up and you can check that out and make a list of all the different trade shows. That's another great resource for finding leads as a freight broker. All right. Next on the list are associations. I'm going to do this. If you do steel associations are a great resource for finding leads, right? And they're usually free. So if you search for steel association or oil and gas associations or produce associations or building supplies or any sort of niche or industry, you're always going to have associations. So this one is the Steel Manufacturers Association. I just wanted to pull this up really quick so you could see it. Now, it doesn't mean a whole lot when you look here, but if you look under the hood and you search for members, all of a sudden now you're going to see a list of all of their different producing members. These are steel producers throughout the United States. Not only that, you can see the geography of where they're at based on these pins. So you got Alton Steel and Arkansas Steel and Big River Steel and Bayer Steel and Cascade Steel and Charter Manufacturing. These are all steel producers, right? So if that's your niche, here's an entire list of all of these companies, including the name and mailing address and the website, right? So you can probably click through to the website or do a quick search, and you're going to be able to pull up all kinds of information to drive more leads and to find your shippers in your niche, okay? Now, last but not least, I think this is the last one on the list, is the Inc. 5000. Now, the Inc. 5000 is a resource that's put out by Inc. magazine every year. And what they do is they rank the 5,000 fastest growing companies in the United States. Now, I was intimately involved with this program because my company, Logistic Dynamics, was an Inc. 500 and Inc. 5000 member for, I think, 5 or 6 years while I ran my brokerage, meaning we were one of the fastest growing privately held companies in America during that time frame. But not only do they list logistics company, but they also have manufacturers. So when you click on industry and if you check on manufacturers, all of a sudden it's going to give you a whole list of manufacturers. Here's a manufacturer, the fastest growing manufacturer in the United States based on this 2021 list is a company called Nugget, and they design, manufacture, and sell modular furniture playfully designed for children. And then Zverse creates 3D printing and digital manufacturing content out of legacy 2D drawings. And Go Powertrains supplies new, remanufactured, and recycled automotive parts. And all these different manufacturers, these are the fastest growing privately held manufacturers in the United States. And they're all on this list. Just imagine putting a list together and doing some research and then doing your outreach based upon the fact that you can do start doing business with some of the fastest growing manufacturers in the United States, right? So those are the 7. I'm going to review them really quick. We've got Google. We've got Thomasnet. We've got LinkedIn. We've got top retail providers. We've got trade shows. We got associations. And then we have the Inc. 5000. So those are 7 free resources that you can use to find shippers in your niche. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. But more importantly, if you're curious about becoming a freight broker or a freight agent and you need some help, you need some guidance, check out freightbrokerbootcamp.com. Trained over 10,000 students, been in business over a decade, right? And we offer a 60-day, 100% unconditional money-back guarantee. Make sure, again, check it out at freightbrokerbootcamp.com. Make sure no matter where you're at, YouTube or otherwise, like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.